Welcome back to the Swang Low Podcast Show. It is yours truly, Do Rock Creep. What's happening with all my people out there in the free world today? It is an absolute pleasure to be back here at this round table amongst my round table family as I bring to y'all another crazy prison story. Now, look, I ain't gonna hold y'all too long, right? But I wanted to bring this story to y'all for the longest. You know what I'm saying? It's about my encounter with a guy by the name of Rainbow. Rainbow was from Five Dudes Broadway Gangsta Crip, right? Now, I encountered Rainbow in the year between 2009 and 2010 in Sad F, New Corcoran State Prison, Sea Yard, right? When he get there, they move him right. Well, no, he was on the upper yard. I guess he was over there. He got into some stuff. Bam, they move him over to my building. Now, I told y'all before that I had the job up there where I was able to, I was out. I was one of the dudes that fed everybody else their food and you know what I'm saying? Just did all kind of different things, you know what I'm saying? So with that job, I was able to get not just do all that, but get around from building to building, all over the yard, wherever I needed to. And it was necessary that I did that because that's how we kept each other aware of everything that was going on in all the buildings, all the necessary things. So when Rainbow got there, I definitely had to go out and holler at different keyways about his actions, the things that he was doing, just odd things, right? And what I mean by odd, like, but Rainbow met his match because it was a white Southsider, right, by the name of Woody. I think Woody was from 18th Street, right? That was the white Mexican version of Rainbow, right? When I say crazy, look, now with Woody, Woody had just got out the shoe program, you know what I mean? So he was up in the shoe program for like 20 something years, you know what I'm saying? And when he got out, that's where they had brought him right there where we was at. So he was, look, dude was crazy. He had tattoos all over his face. So when you see him, you know what I'm saying? Like he just, and then the way he act, you know what I'm saying? Now he never act a certain way with me. He act the same with everybody, but you know, the way that he perceived disrespect, you know what I'm saying, was identical to how Rainbow received it. Rainbow received disrespect, for instance, like this. I remember one day being in the day room and him coming out, Rainbow, coming out his cell, telling me, hey, cuz, hey, I think that fool downstairs from me is dissing Broadway. So I'm like, huh? He's like, yeah, I think he dissing Broadway. I said, what you mean you think he dissing Broadway, right? So he's like, because every day at a certain time, he flushes toilet 2 times. So I look at him. I said, so you mean to tell me you hear him flushing his the person that's downstairs from you? You hear him flushing his toilet, and he flushes 2 times at the same time every day, and you saying he disrespecting Broadway by doing that? He's like, yeah, you know, in LA, that's what that mean. You know what I'm saying? You flush your toilet 2 times, that mean fuck Broadway. I'm like, this dude crazy as a motherfucker, right? So I'm like, hey, I'm gonna keep it all the way real with you. I say you entitled to feel how you want to feel, right? If you feel, especially when it comes to disrespect, and you feel that you've been violated on that from the level of 1 to 10, you saying a 10, you know what I'm saying? Then you entitled to feel that. But I'm just a voice, so I'm not gonna be the voice that's gonna tell you what you want to hear. I'm gonna tell you what you need to hear, right? I said to me, it don't sound like he was dissing Broadway. It sounded like he probably would have been in there using the bathroom or something, bro. he probably have to go at the same time every day, at a certain time every day. But to me, that don't seem like he dissing Broadway. And if I felt like he was dissing, I would tell you, right? So he was like, yeah, I'm gonna watch that fool though. Right? Now, Rainbow wasn't just crazy, he had the look and all, right? Um, he had the I'm telling you, he had the profile of if you ever watched America's Most Wanted or something like that, and he had a profile picture of a serial killer or something, you know what I'm saying? Like they would use his picture, definitely be one of the pictures that they put on it, right? His eyes look crazy, and he just be, you know what I'm saying? And then he be amped, so it's almost kind of hard to read him, you know what I'm saying? Like every day was different with him, you know what I'm saying? So, bam, in comes Marv from Bakersfield. Marv was another crazy dude, bro, that had a big old bump on the side of his head that he used to just pick at every day. Every day. And we watched him pick at that same big bump that wouldn't bust at nothing. He picked at it every day for probably the year and a half that he was in that building with us. We used to always trip on that. You know what I'm saying? But I remember one day standing in the day room, Rainbow standing right here next to me, right? I felt like I was able to talk him off the edge of a lot of the things that he used to be tripping on. You know what I'm saying? So he was with me a lot in the day room, right? So, I remember us being out there one day and dude Marv from Bakersfield come walking by. He's singing a rap song, not paying us no attention. But while he's saying it, he's doing the beat on his chest while he's saying the rap song and just walking by, not paying us no mind, no attention, or nothing, right? So Rainbow like, cuz, that nigga just dissed Broadway. I'm finna bust on this nigga. I'm finna bust on him, cuz, right? I'm like, oh, what you talking about? He's like, that nigga right there from Bakersfield. I'm like, man, he didn't just Broadway, bro. What you mean? No, he walked by and he beat on his chest twice. You know what I'm saying? In LA, that means fuck Broadway. I'm like, this crazy, right? So, bam, I had to talk him off the edge on that. Then it was another situation that he got himself in where a couple of Hoovers was gonna jump on him. You know what I'm saying? Over the phone. You know what I'm saying? And I had to mediate that situation. You know what I mean? So one day, I remember being in the day room and Rainbow on one this particular day because he came right out of it. I'm standing up on the top tier talking to a Southsider, a young one, right? He was all right dude too. So bam, I'm standing there talking to him. Rainbow come out of his cell and shoot past us, but he bumped into the Southsider. Wow. And kept going, right? So me and the Southsider stopped. The conversation just froze. And I remember seeing the Southsider turn around and look like, right? And as he doing it, I'm looking at this same person that just did this, right? So the Southside turned around. He like, man, hey, you see that? He say, see, I can make an issue about that because that was crazy. He like that. Wow, I can't believe he did that. Now, that was the ultimate disrespect. That could have kicked off a riot, right? So bam. I'm like, yeah, I'ma holler at him. Don't even trip. I'ma holler at him. Bam. He like, yeah, man. He like, that's crazy, man. He like, tell that dude to stay away from me, right? So bam. I holler at Rainbow about it. You know what I'm saying? He being rebellious to what I'm trying to tell him. So I'm like, okay, bam, I leave out the building, go holler at his homies. You know what I'm saying? Which happened to have been um I ain't gonna say their name. You know what I'm saying? But I go get at them, it was two brothers. Holler at them, you know what I'm saying? Give them the rundown. You know what I'm saying? Then like By the time I finished giving them the rundown about everything, all the Crips from all the buildings, you know what I'm saying, that was able to maneuver around, the ones that we all used to meet up and keep everybody aware of everything that was going on in all the buildings. That's how everybody found out about what he did. So bam, now, they got to holler at him. So they push up in there, they holler at the shot caller. You know what I'm saying? Bam. Then they go holler at Rainbow. Now Rainbow is, oh, creep, 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 creep. I didn't. And then he stuttered. You know what I'm saying? Right? So I'm like, what, bro? He like, no, I wasn't trying to, say I wasn't in the wrong about that and this and that. Now he trying to explain because he feel the heat. He feel like something to happen to him because of that. And he should have listened, but he didn't. You know what I'm saying? But it was too late. So bam, I tell him what I tell him, and then bam, they end up moving him out the building. You know what I'm saying? They move him to a whole different building. Now, when he get to the other building, now he tripping because he want to know, who was pushing the issue on him getting charges brought up on him. You know what I'm saying? So, he had it in his head that one particular homie was guilty of it, right? I'm not gonna say his name or where he's from, but bam. So he did like Rainbow did like some PC shit, right? Ran up inside the class area where bro was at, you know what I'm saying, and took off on him, knowing the police is right there. You know what I mean? So that was definitely some J Cat shit. You know what I'm saying? And then I don't know what happened to him after that. I can't say if he um came back to the main line after he did that to bro or not. That part I can't remember because I just remember not seeing him no more. So I can't tell y'all if he got his issue behind doing that or how he left the yard at that point. You know what I'm saying? But this is somebody that I always talk to every day. And this is a very conflicted person, man. He told me, in all honesty, that he was crazy like that because he had got into a confrontation with somebody in this hood from Father's Broadway, and that they hit him in the head with a bat, bust his head wide open, and he had to get brain surgery. And he said since then, he ain't been the same. That's why he be doing some of the stuff he be doing. I'm like, that's crazy. And he told me he got hit in the head more than once with the baseball bat. When I tell you that this dude was gone, off, and from what I hear, you know what I'm saying, like, he been having the mental issues for a very long time. You know what I'm saying? Now, the point of me bringing this story to the round table is because, you have people that deal with mental illness. You know what I'm saying? And just imagine having a mental illness and then you're thrown into captivity where you can't mix and move around. You're confined. So everybody that's in that space is gonna see the oddness of that person, you know what I'm saying? Especially if they are off and doing, you know what I'm saying, odd things. You know what I mean? And in this day and age, like in the prison system, they can't separate the mental health people like they used to be able to. Like they had a specific part of the prison. If you had mental health, any signs of it, you know what I'm saying? They taking you and placing you over there off the top. That's where you going. No ifs, ands, buts about it. And the main line would never see you. And you would never see the main line. You know what I'm saying? Them was the people that was just, and that's where he believed once they stopped separating that, they filled the whole main line up with these kind of people. And I've run across many of them over the years. You know what I'm saying? Like I told you, dude Marv, he was another one. You know what I'm saying? He done got boo bop in everywhere he been. You know what I'm saying? And this dude run around just doing weird, odd things, and it's always in something. You know what I'm saying? Picking at the same big old bump on the side of his head that never popped or nothing. The same bump. That's nasty work. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, man, I just wanted to bring that story to y'all. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, um, I believe Rainbow ended up in another prison where he ended up um, getting a DP. You know what I'm saying? Um, Not just for the things that he had did when he was at SADF, but for whatever else he was up there doing in the other prison that they sent him to. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, that's what I heard, the latest on him. You know what I'm saying? But y'all gotta remember, this was way back in 2009 and 10. You know what I'm saying? Rainbow was in my building on the same tier, like 2 cells down. So I seen him every single day, forced to deal with him, had to. Or you got crash out, we got a riot and all this behind this mental health person. You feel me? But yeah, man, lesson of the day from that story is, you know, if you have mental illness, you know what I'm saying? You really need to get that checked out, man, and try to figure out how to get that under control, especially if you happen to be in captivity. You know what I'm saying? Where you have no space to go anywhere. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of y'all that's tormented with them demons, you know what I'm saying? You trapped in it. You can't escape it. You see it every day that you see yourself in the same spot. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. You feel me? So that's why a lot of dudes do drugs. You know what I'm saying? They try to be high and, get they day through as fast as they can high without any, you know what I'm saying, notices from life. And that's not a way of living at all. You know what I'm saying? So again, get yourself checked out, man. If you feel anything off about yourself, you know what I'm saying? For real, for real. Don't learn the hard way. On that note, I'm finna let y'all get back to y'all day. I appreciate you all, man, for attending the round table as I call up on you, man. Nothing but love. Like, comment, subscribe, share the video, please. We appreciate it here at the Swanglow Podcast. Shout out to my beautiful girl Golden. Love and miss you, my beautiful co-host. You know what I'm saying? We'll definitely have her back soon. But yeah, man, on that note, I'm finna let y'all get back to y'all day. Love and appreciate you all. To the next time we meet at this round table, triple gang.